changed a lot since then.
If the enemy outnumbers you, seek their weakness and exploit it. Marauders on the waterfront are supplied by sea.
General Goro, sir, do you have a verdict?
More or less. From the directives left behind by Her Excellency, we can surmise that a Fatui ship is moored nearby. This explains their aggressive posture. We could split into two teams, one to draw their attention, and the other to circle around behind enemy lines and... Then again, Madame Kokumi made clear that we are not to split up without sufficient...
Sir, shall I send for reinforcements?
I doubt there's time. Her Excellency's directives also stipulate that we should wait in ambush and avoid making the first move.
Sir, we're just gonna stand by and watch them leave? Sure.
Her Excellency's directives also state help may arrive when all seems lost.
Hey, Goro! What are you guys up to?
Captain, you've returned to Watatsumi Island.
That's great! Recently, the remnants of the Fatui forces, unfortunately, we...
Hard to say no when it's the Fatui. Whatever.
Good. There's not a moment to lose. We'll go behind enemy lines and sabotage their ship. Let's meet back. Watch yourselves. We'll be back shortly.
Seems like the Resistance still remembers us. Come on.
Frozen.
By royal dish.
Flash frost.
Rain outlines your fate. My apologies. Let's light it up. Wings of darkness. Come, sever. Let me read you a verse. Whirling snow. Teamwork is dreamwork. Oz revealed. No, my sword. Time to act.
You need to hurry up.
Take flight. Sakura swirl. Whirling snow.
Comrades, they've set the ship on fire. An arson attack. Curse them. They leave us no choice but to attack. Comrades, let's make them regret it.
By royal decree. Everybody stand back. Whirling snow.
Can't run.
Coming Santo art. Sumetsu. Let me read you a verse. No, my sword. Shadow Raven.
Collect myself.
Let's light it up. My apologies. Going in. Whirling snow. Rain cutter. Rain outlines your fate.
So quiet.
We were lucky to have you here. We'd have no way to prevent their escape without you.
What's that you're holding? Is it the directives from Kokomi? Let Paimon see. Oh,
Yeah. Well, no, not all of them.
are you serious?
Her Excellency always plans for every scenario. Plus, these are her general operational directives. Still, we're fortunate to have them. They make sure we're prepared for every eventuality.
Oh, understanding every eventuality sounds tiring enough.
Captain, are you back on Watatsumi Island to lead Swordfish 2? Her Excellency says that now is a time of peace, and that about half of us are still organized into task forces, supporting... Of course, not everyone's happy about it. The other day, an old buddy of mine was grumbling about being forced.
The spirit of the resistance is alive and well, huh? Anyway, we're here because Kokomi invited us to the victory feast.
I believe Her Excellency is currently at Boro Village. There were reports of a possible disturbance over there. We should probably get going ourselves. And, I'm sensing a growing unease among them, but they used to tell me all their concerns, but whatever this is...
Sounds good. Paimon was just thinking it'd be good to... Ready when you are.
Let's light it up!
Wait, aren't you Captain of Swordfish too? Oh, it is you! Oh, you have our gratitude. I wasn't with Swordfish too. Oh, you really gave it to those shogunate samurai in the... Is there anything you need from me? I'm at... on edge, you say? In fairness, the battle isn't long over, and, well, victory's declared, and all of a sudden, the fighting's over. The people... I don't know what else it could be. And all the more so now that you're back. Seriously, if there's ever anything you need, just say the word.
What a nice guy. Let's go ask some other people.
I've definitely seen you somewhere unsettled. Not that I would, necessarily. I keep to myself, mostly. We're at peace now, finally. And
Huh. Seems he's about to fall asleep.
I don't understand what Her Excellency is thinking. I mean, peace talks? Give me... Exactly. Everyone knows you can't trust the Tenryu. Wait, for real? You're sure of this?
Positive. Some of our guys had a run-in with a few Fatui. They caught them conspiring together first.
I knew it. The Tenryu Commission are a bunch of crooks. I'll never...
Shh, keep your voice down. Someone's...
Hey there. What you talking about?
Captain, you're back. Do you think we should tell the captain about what we were...
No, let's not mention it. He's one of our closest advisors. For all we know, the peace...
I'm sure the captain would see where we're coming from, but... welcome back to Watatsumi Island, Captain. Nothing to report here.
Her Excellency should be in the village at present. Head straight over if you wish, Captain.
Paimon definitely detected some hush-hush going...
Admit it! We know you've been secretly supplying the Tenryu Commission with goods purchased on Watatsumi Island. I knew something was off about a Tenryu Commission merchant doing business here.
I'm innocent.
Ha! You're as guilty as they come. Take him away.
Wait! Kokomi! Something's going down over...
Your Excellency, This merchant is suspected of criminal activity. Our surveillance shows that in his whole time here, he has made numerous purchases, but no sale.
I haven't.
That will do. Let's not let ourselves get too worked up here, shall we? Matsuda, Uchimura, I understand that you're concerned for the safety of Watatsumi Island. But before we make any decisions over whether this merchant is if he's guilty, of course, there will be consequences. Excuse me, sir. As you know, my subordinates have some concerns.
Of course, I can explain. I'm a trader on the island. So,
And why should we believe you? So what? That doesn't prove they took his goods. And even if they did, it'll still end up in the Tenryo Commission's hands.
What? The Tenryo Commissioner colluding with the Fatui now? I suppose it is true. What's that got to do with me?
What, the Tenryo Commission start colluding with the Fatui after? We met a representative of the Kujo clan recently. But on the way over here, It has been brought to my attention, yes. We are scheduled to begin peace talks with the Tenryo Commission soon. The Kamisato clan has arranged for them to take place. Kujo, Sara, and I will be accompanied by our guards. We will use the talks to discuss future, but just as arrangements for the peace talks began to fall into place. If that's the case, then the peace talks are likely. Sir, are you quite certain that your goods were stolen by the Fatui?
Yes, it's the truth. I swear. They stole my goods and then they ran off that way. But that's where that hideout is.
Very well. The potential ramifications of this incident are serious. However, if we find evidence to corrupt...
Yes, of course.
Matsuda?
Well received, Your Excellency.
Good. Now, Traveler, Captain of Swordfish Platoon Section 2, would you join me in the investigation? Good. I also have a few new things to teach. If we do find the merchant's goods in the hands of the Fatui... Whatever's going on between the Fatui and the Tenryo Commission, we need to get to the bottom of it. This must be the Fatui camp that the merchant was talking about. From the looks of it, it used to be a hilichurl camp. Looks pretty heavily guarded. Not by brute force, that's for sure. Our enemy's in the light while we are in the shadows. Option 1. Take the king if we strike from above and take down their leader first. Option 2. Hit them where it hurts. If we manage to discreetly set the gunpowder alight, they'd be caught completely off guard. Both their Option 3. Use the environment against them. We're close to the sea here, so the air is very humid. I can gather the water vapor, you add a touch of lightning, and Wow, that's our grand strategy! That will depend on our assessment of our own ability. A surprise attack from the air is the quickest solution. With an explosion, if we decide to take advantage of the environment, we should be prepared for a lengthy siege. All right. We'll draw them out. I haven't had much chance to fight along. Still, not to worry. Okay, let's clear out the camp and find out what they've been up to. Let me weave you a curse. And their movements have become rigid and sluggish. We make a good team. Take flight.
You haven't seen the last of us. You can't run.
Allow me.
Well,
witness the power of the one.
Don't be a killjoy. It's only just begun.
Take flight.
This can't be over. I must counterattack.
Oz, reveal. Hold the line.
No rest for the...
Yeah. Ha!
So quiet.
By royal decree,
No escape.
I'm going in. Terrence, bring refuge. Allow me. My apologies. Sakura swirl. Excellent work. All thanks to your... Actually, even the winning a battle... Now that you mention it, Paimon did make a... Hey! I must admit, I wasn't expecting to find the... What's their objective? Let's scour the camp for evidence. All right. Time. So these are the Fatui food supplies? They look a little bit... Whoa! This place is chock full of bomb-making materials! This is way too dangerous! We should tell... Hey, look here! Could these belong to the merchant? Kokumi! Kokumi! We found the merchant's stuff! Look! I see. Oh, nothing. I just zoned out for a moment. Let's see here. Yes, these are the stolen goods, all right. Food, medicine, farming tools. All essential for post-war recovery. By contrast, it's doubtful that the Tenryou Commission has any need of these items. In all likelihood, he's just an opportunistic merchant. He's hardly a saint, though, right? How could he stockpile things that people are desperate for? We're not just gonna give them back to him and... Don't worry. I had already foreseen this. In my recently issued post-war temporary decree, I included restrictions if he had taken the time to read the decree. Kokumi, you think of everything! I wish that were true. The low energy... nothing. Come on, it's not long now until the victory feast. Got it! First we mend the peace, then...
My goods! You got them back, huh?
Thank you, Your Excellency. You see, I told you I was innocent.
Based on the information we gathered from the Fatui camp, had it been the case, then knowing how the Fatui operates, they would have...
But
No ifs, no buts.
guess we got carried away.
What did
Sir, I am afraid you have already admitted to being the owner of these goods, so we are obliged to respond with appropriate measure.
Wait, Your Excellency, whose side are you on here?
I have no business taking sides. And just as merit must be recognized...
Wait a minute.
Well, don't just stand there. Take...
Your Excellency, he says all the goods belong to him. Those of a Tenryo Commission emblem are probably his, but not the rest. Especially these ones. They're clearly for shrine use.
It seems the Fatui simply dumped all their stolen goods in one... I know, that's a lot to ask.
Not at all, Your Excellency. We're on it. But if I may, Your Excellency, I know the peace talks are coming up, so...
I understand your concern. I'll be... I'm going to take these items back to... Watatsumi Island observes different customs than the rest of Inazuma. I imagine it must all seem a little alien to you. It's been a long time since I last came to this village. There's been a lot to deal with recently. Next time you visit, I'll take you to visit Watatsumi Island's old shrine. You know, the earliest shrine on Watatsumi Island was not located in... It was close to the Statue of the Seven. Back then, the people of this island recognized the shogun's... But after she struck down our protector deity, relations between Watatsumi Island and the shogunate have soured. I've been hoping to raise all this at the peace talks and discuss it properly. Grievances have to be let go eventually.
Your Excellency, what brings you out this way on your busy schedule? Oh my, you're looking a little worse for wear. You need to take better care of yourself, okay?
Your Excellency, I beg you, heed a word of advice. After all this time fighting the Shogun, if we reconcile with them, the god...
Come on, that's ancient history. Besides, the fighting is barely over. We should be grateful to be at peace.
I know, it's just...
I appreciate your concerns. I will consider the options carefully and be sure to proceed appropriately.
Wonderful. We're all counting on you, Your Excellency.
Oh, Your Excellency? Well, I'll be... fancy meeting you at a place like... do you know? My daughter's enrolled herself in the Shrine Maiden selection process this year. If she makes it into Sangonomiya, I'm always telling my daughter that if she gets the chance to learn from Her Excellency directly... I mean, just look at Her Excellency, still so young, but so...
Well, if she comes to Sangonomiya, I'll...
Your Excellency. Boy, am I glad you're here. As you know, agricultural output has taken a pretty big hit this year.
Oh, Your Excellency, isn't...
Your Excellency!
Please, remain calm, though, for the longer ones. I'd prefer it if you could... Are you all right? Me too.
Your Excellency, here you are. There's been a situation...
Oh, we retrieved those already.
Really? That's fantastic. I sorted through. Also, according to the schedule, your...
That's today?
Yes, the two young ladies have arrived safely. We're just with...
I see. I was hoping to take a walk around the... Oh. Yay! The victory feast! That's the name of the game. There'll be some Watatsumi Island specialty. Great! See you tomorrow. That's weird. She doesn't seem like the type to show up late to things. How is she still not here? Let's go ask that soldier over there.
Are you looking for Her Excellency? I'm afraid she isn't here at the moment.
So strange.
Not necessarily. If I recall correctly, Her Excellency has made... let me see. Yes, number 98. Should a visitor from afar come to see me, and should my whereabouts be unknown, the footnote stipulates that this only applies when Her Excellency has made no communication. As far as I'm concerned, you two tick all of the boxes.
Kokomi really does think of everything. All right.
Body and mind. Treasure hunting. A valiant endeavor.
Are you sure this is the right place? Feels like we keep heading deeper into the middle of nowhere. Hey, doesn't that tree look like the one she described in the directive? It looks like there's a way in over there. Let's take a look. Kokomi! So this is where you ran off to. We were gonna meet up and get things ready for the victory. I apologize. You got sick? No. It's nothing like that. You run out of energy? No. It's just a figure of speech. You noticed? To be honest, I'm not really cut out to be constantly communicating with people, trying to you're somehow, but because of my bloodline. So, whenever I feel overwhelmed, I come here. Don't worry, doesn't affect my work. I handed over prep. I have to make a speech tonight. And I mustn't give the troops. Is there anything we can do to help? I should be feeling energized again soon if I hold off. I was reading a book last time I was here, but I only got about halfway through. We'll find it for you, and then we'll read it out to you to help you recover. You do that? I'm really lucky you came back to Watatsumi Island. Whoa! Look at all these petitions! So does Kokomi make time to deal with the Sangonomiya event's cash flow statement? This is a lot of work for one person, and let's track down that book and help her feel like herself again. Hey, look! Could this be the book she wanted? Swordfish Captain came back today. That's just, give it here. Guess that was the wrong one. It's gotta be this. Look, there's even a bookmark. None of the other books have one. Ooh, it's pretty dense. Well, let's take it over and read it to her. Kokomi, is this the book you wanted? I'm not sure, actually. Kokomi? Kokomi! Oh no, she's fallen asleep. Tonight's the victory feast. Not to mention that the peace talks are just around the corner. You sure that's a good idea? She does look pretty exhausted. Avoid disaster. The war's over. Did you sleep? What time is it? Did I? Yep, you've been out for ages. It's nearly time for the feast. I can't believe it got... I haven't slept that peacefully in so long. That's gotta be 3 whole and thank you. Well, we better get ourselves over there. It's nearly time to light the bonfire. Woohoo! Kokomi's back to full energy! It looks like everything's in place for the feast. But I still need to give a quick speech. Oh, how much energy will that take? Do you think you've got enough? Don't worry, I've got plenty. Thanks to you two, I recovered more. That's great! Whoop! Welcome, everyone. Today is the day that we celebrate our victory. Recently, our war with the Shogun's army came to an end, and none of us can know what the Inazuma of the future will look like. But tomorrow, I meet with the Tenryou Commission for Peace Talks. Thank you all for your valiant efforts throughout. Truly, it is only through those efforts that we have been able to prevail in this trying war. This feast is held in honor of each and every one of you gathered here today. Tonight seems to have gone off without a hitch. People tend to be more open when they're in a good mood. I still have no further leads regarding the issue of potential collusion between the Tenryou Commission and the Fatui. And I'm concerned that something might happen at tomorrow's peace talks. Okay, sure. We'll go up.
Watatsumi Island is finally at peace. Recently, let me think. Well, the biggest thing for us is that during the hostilities, the open sea was full of warships. When the catch wasn't good, we'd all go hungry. We'd go to bed ravenous and be... I hear your captain of Swordfish 2 is...
Oh!
Come on, take it. Without you, we'd probably still be going to bed hungry tonight.
Okay, well...
Hey there. Care for some fruit and vegetables? Are you referring to the thing about the Tenryou Commission and the Fatui? It's funny you should say that the soldiers seem excitable, though. He's been acting strange these days. Always shouting and waving his spear around when he's got nothing to do. It's a miracle the fighting has finally come to an end. Yeah, I really hope we don't go making any more trouble for ourselves. Sorry, I'm afraid I don't have much information.
Sounds promising. Let's go see what that guy's deal is.
Wait, don't tell me. Captain of Swordfish 2, right? You actually came back. I thought you'd abandoned the platoon and made a...
Nuh-uh! We would never run from a fight!
Is that so? All anyone talks about these days. Do you remember what the most important thing is to the Resistance? You got that right. So I'm gonna put you to the test. Time to see if you truly are a bona fide Resistance warrior. I'll answer your questions, but only if you can beat me in a duel.
This guy. What do you think? Are we gonna do this?
We'll see about that. You're a strong fighter. No wonder Her Excellency chose. You really do have a warrior's will. Then maybe you can understand. Captain, comrade, we made it up. The story about the Tenryou Commission polluted.
What? Poor Kokomi's been worried sick! What the heck are you thinking? This could...
Yes, that's exactly what we're hoping. Peace talks? Everyone's been drawn in by the idea. What's to stop the Tenryou Commission from stabbing us in the back? And we are the Resistance. Everything hinges on our warrior's will. We can't trust the Tenryou Commission or the right. Surely you agree with that?
His point does kinda make sense. Yeah, everything you said just... Are you seriously willing to make up a wild rumor and...
Don't take that tone with me, acting like you're above all of this. What would you understand? For the sake of victory, we embodied the warrior's will to the fullest. You'd have me just put down my weapon and start living like an ordinary person, but how can I? Every time I see them there in my mind's eye, it reminds me that I can never forgive the Tenryou Commission. I guess you're not one of us. Well, whatever. go ahead and tell Sango no...
Too late? What do you mean? Darn. What are we gonna do? This is really serious. We need... A few things. The whole thing about the Tenryo Commission colluding with the Fatui is baloney. They wanted the peace talks to break down so that they could carry on fighting the war. I see. I'm fine. Don't worry. This is my fault. If only I'd perceived what they were feeling earlier. And I think I understand what Kozan means when he says it's too late. The talks don't begin until tomorrow. But both sides have already sent their guards to the location. I highly suspect that one of Kozan's pro-war co-conspirators... Well, that's no good. Do you want us to head over there now and switch out the guards? That won't work. Firstly, the act of bringing a new team of guards to an... It would almost certainly push the Not to mention, we have no idea. Sounds like a really tricky situation. Don't let it worry you. What's done is done. These soldiers crossed the line, but the blame is not theirs alone. Let's meet here again tomorrow.
Embraces its duty.
Well, the peace talks are upon. Here, take this. These are some directives I wrote last night. These negotiations are complex, to be sure. I took the liberty of writing them all. Whoa. Let's see. Fierce dispute, violent escalation, armed revolt, coordinated attack. Wow, there are so many! Glad to hear it. These peace talks are quite exceptional. But any amount of dissatisfaction within our ranks, as the Divine Priestess of Watatsumi Island, this responsibility is excellent. Okay. It's been a while, Kujo-Sara. I believe the last time we met was on the battlefield.
Yes, where you dealt my forces quite the devastating blow. But before we go any further, What are you doing here?
That's right. He's here to bear. He experienced the war between us firsthand and has made an enormous contribution towards securing the peace we have today.
Seems reasonable. Then let's get straight into it. The first item is the maritime administration issue. During wartime, we restricted fishing. We intend to remove these restrictions. But going forward, any of your vessels that fish in our...
That's fine. But if they're paying taxes, they should also be entitled to any losses they sustain due to issues of public security.
Accepted. Let's add that to the peace treaty.
Negotiations seem to be going
The next item has to do with the movement of people and military. In the past, our people have been subjected to lengthy interrogations on a right. Economic cooperation between our islands has suffered greatly as a consequence. Since the war is now over,
The problem there is that trade is a reciprocal affair. We'll need to involve merchants from both sides in this process if it is to succeed.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Watatsumi Island facing severe shortages of many essential goods?
True, we're experiencing some shortages, but we will recover in due course. Between the diverse range of goods we can produce ourselves and our strong trade links with other areas, not to mention that your proposal would require separate talks with the Kamisato clan.
Let's leave that aside for now then. On to the military question. Watatsumi Island's forces will need to come back under the jurisdiction of the Tenryou Commission.
That just isn't feasible. Not in the short term, at least.
With all due respect, feasibility doesn't come into it.
You Kujo scum! Colluding with the Fatui isn't low enough for you. Comrades, never trust the Kujo. Let's get them!
Protect Madam Cujo!
Number 16. No, wait. 67? Or is it 73? Which one is it? Kokomi! Which scenario number is this in the directives? The last one, but hold off for the moment. Stand down, Tadakatsu. The situation has changed. Rest assured, I am fully aware of your concerns. Madam Kujo, this is rather serious.
Excuse me for a moment. Nobody makes another move until I have finished investigating. You two, here, now! Speak. Collusion with the Fatui? Is this true?
I wouldn't exactly call it collusion as such.
We were approached by a few Fatui. They mentioned a potential cooperation to keep the war against Watatsumi Island going. At the time, I felt like we could give it a try.
But we were extremely careful. We didn't agree to anything. We just said they could maybe start by heading to... With respect, ma'am.
That's enough. When we return, there will be... Might I remind you that this is the Fatui? Have you You should be having no interaction with them whatsoever, let alone So, what did they want out of it?
The Fatui's main forces have already left Inazuma. The few who approached us seemed like they wanted to settle a score for their boss.
Oh, her subordinates. So they're out for revenge. They want to keep Inazuma in a state of turmoil. One day, I will hunt them down. Every last one. We bear responsibility for this issue. My sincere apologies.
But of course, madam. For the time being, however, there is evidently some discord within the...
It seems that I must acquiesce. I will lay this issue aside for now. But we shall revisit it as soon as the Tenryou Commission has resolved our internal issues. As for the trade issues we raised, I will discuss options with the Yashiro Commission, and
Seems like Kujo-sara's on the defensive now.
I never knew the grand strategist of Watatsumi Island was a skilled negotiator. I hope that when we meet again, we can continue these sit-down discussions. Settling our differences on the battlefield, I think we can leave things there for today. Once I get back, I will conduct a thorough investigation into the...
I should inform you that we took out a Fatui camp recently. I recommend you say and do nothing.
I will bear this in mind. I shall take my leave now.
Your Excellency, we...
Let's discuss it after we get back.
Your Excellency, you knew...
I have already been You believe the Tenryo Commission to be unfortunately. The end result exposed and thwarted a secret Tenryo Commission plot.
But Your Excellency, so many comrades have sacrificed themselves in the line of duty. If we stop now, I want to keep fighting. I want ultimate victory.
I understand your sentiments, but you cannot simply impose your will and during the war there were highs and there were lows. And in the end there was a glorious victory. But you saw nothing of the countless others who will remember the war quite differently. Watatsumi Island's people yearn for peace because they have long since given all they had to the war effort. I understand, I do. It was largely an oversight on my part.
It's not your fault, Your Excellency. Either way, we are ready to accept sentencing under martial law.
Very well. Then I hereby declare that as of today, I am founding a new secret corps of the army. This division will be responsible for keeping Watatsumi Island safe and secure. You and your comrades will all be welcome to join. But be warned, the training will be grueling.
Your Excellency, what are you saying?
I have concluded from today's peace talks that the Kujo clan cannot achieve. It is right that Watatsumi Island moves towards peace, but we must still retain a defensive capacity. I don't want to hear from any of you again until all of you can take on 2 shogunate samurai at a time. All right, dismissed. Go and report to General Goro, and if there is, there will be no more leniency from me, whatever reasons you may have.
Yes, ma'am. From now on, we will focus on our training. Thank you for this opportunity, Your Excellency.
I think that's finally everything in hand. I can feel my energy levels starting to drop. Thank you for everything. With your help, peace has been restored on Watatsumi Island once more. Recovering. Slowly. But today was a reminder that I don't cope well in situations with... I think I might get Goro to handle the negotiations next time. Do you think so? To be honest, I'm still a long way off what's expected in the past. but I realize now that I have a long way to go. In short, I've still got some maturing to do.